Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. We're in the age of Greta Thunberg, the age of being lectured by actual dimwits, know nothing, zero experience, zero scientific background, ignorant children, literally, telling us how the world should be, and doing it in possibly the most obnoxious manner imaginable. If it's not moments like these, play the "how dare you." Well, then it's like we covered in the video just the other day, trans activists engaging in protest with bottles of piss, vegan activists chaining their necks to I guess we could call it like a duck conveyor belt, something like that in an industrial slaughterhouse, people gluing their hands. Of course, we covered the whole freaking shtick, blocking traffic, and I think most people are just getting so freaking fed up with the constant annoying nonsense, because that's really what it is. It's just annoying and does literally nothing. Well, that frustration seems to be reaching a boiling point. Not only as we see frustrated European workers get out of their car handling the situation with these leftoids sitting in traffic, blocking busy streets and highways, but now in Sweden we have a viral clip that's making the rounds on Twitter, one of the craziest things I've ever seen, which really visualizes the absolute sheer frustration of people dealing with these professional activists in, well, their own creative manner. Let me show you guys what's going on here in today's viral Twitter clip. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, I never thought I'd see anything like it. An absolute KO. The most dramatic I've ever seen. We've got this article from the Daily Mail. Foxtrot off. Incredible moment. Eco-campaigner storms Sweden's Strictly Come Dancing finals, only for the cameraman to dramatically bring his stunt to an end. So it seems to be some sort of, Dancing with the Stars type spin-off. Maybe I'm wrong. It was the final event and probably the most people tuning in, so, of course, these narcissistic activists viewed it as the perfect time to storm the stage and make it all about themselves, only for this to happen. An absolute BTFO, an absolute KO. Now, I am not endorsing any type of violence, but holy moly, you can't deny that that's entertainment. Now, can you? This quick-thinking cameraman, what a skill. If this TV show was rather Sweden's Got Talent, it'd really be the cameraman's Got Talent. The way he was able to swing that camera into action, knocking the friggin' daylight out of that activist to storm the stage. Here's another angle. But the sheer frustration, man, people are just pissed off. I think people are coming to a realization, protesting is one thing, but professional activism is a whole other ballgame. It's really ramped up in the modern day in the last, let's say, 3 or 4 years. We've seen protest after protest after protest. The summer of riots, for instance, I think really woke a lot of people up. The sheer stupidity of it all. I'm not saying there aren't racial disparities and there aren't legitimate grievances in the Black American community, because obviously there are, but the solution is mostly economics, education, and the family unit. Yet we were subjected to an entire summer of just the dumbest things. Not just the whole defund the police movement, as if the way to solve most of the problems in inner city communities is to make those communities less safe, leaving those community members at the behest of violent criminals and gangs, completely idiotic. But the dumbest part were the actual riots themselves. Just last night I went out for dinner with my fiance and her brother, and as we were walking back to my car on a city street, we were kind of laughing at the whole summer of riots situation, the whole idea of it. Smash a freaking window, racism BTFO'd. Oh, there's a traffic cone on the street, let me kick it over, racism BTFO'd. These demonstrations are stupid, and it's professional activists who are constantly engaging in this kind of behavior. Racial discrepancies, racial inequality, whatever you want to call it, whatever the source of it is, the idea that burning burning down black communities and vandalizing storefronts or looting Targets is going to bring forward social change is dumb. Just like the idea of spraying paint on a storefront is somehow going to make the entire world have a freaking epiphany. And now showing up on the stage of Let's Dance Sweden or whatever the show is, doing guess what again? Spraying yellow paint everywhere. What is that supposed to accomplish? Here's one of the individuals involved. The activist who released paint on the stage has been named as 30-year-old Tina Kronberg Berggren, who has also campaigned for Extinction Rebellion in the past. It seems to be just a single 30-year-old woman hipster who has dedicated her life to professional activism, engaging in these cheap, cringe stunts, just wasting her time and hours. I mean, what a waste of an existence. Maybe it's time for these activists to wake up. I mean, the lack of self-awareness is just incredible. Take a look at this quote. This is from the activist herself who sprayed paint on that stage. "We have been demonstrating for 30 years, but the politicians don't care." Well, yeah, exactly. If you've been doing something for 30 years and you've accomplished literally nothing, maybe it's time to realize that you're a professional useless person. Maybe it's time to realize that you're just a nuisance, acting like an overgrown child having a temper tantrum. Maybe it's time to realize that your tactics simply don't work. But no, of course not. They're gonna double down and keep doing the same thing. They're gonna cause a ruckus, they're gonna vandalize things, interrupt and annoy basic people, or get in the way of a popular TV show, then probably show up on Piers Morgan's show. Piers Morgan's gonna proceed to shish kebab them on his TV program, and immediately everyone forgets, everyone gets a cheap laugh, and the world moves on. Great frickin' job. And you know, the target of it all is what I find so incredibly frustrating. You know, you'd expect these professional activists to actually target things that really matter. Not a useless Let's Dance TV show. Not working class people trying to drive to work. You'd expect them to show up at the World Economic Forum, or the Bilderberg meeting, or other major institutions. You know, if you're gonna take your activism seriously, then why not go after the culprits? If you really care about the issues that you pretend to care about, you shouldn't even be here, or in Europe. You should be in China and maybe in India. But no, of course not, because professional activism isn't about changing policy. It really isn't about any actual social change. It's a frickin' LARP. It's a personality trait, or it's a fabricated personality trait to replace the void of anything actually substantive. That's why people don't take you seriously. You might actually have a decent message, but what are you telling me about it? What am I supposed to do? What are people watching Let's Dance Sweden supposed to do? I don't know. That's pretty much what I got on my mind. That's the video. Nothing special, just another clown world moment that I thought you guys would enjoy. And another rant about the stupidity of professional activism. Possibly some of the most useless people in modern day society. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Of course, you know that we would love to have you here. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you on the next one.